Hi there, this is Katie Johnston, and this is video number 2 in the Facebook Advertising Basics video series. So just to show you what we're going to cover in this video, we're going to have a look around the Facebook Ads platform, also have a look at Power Editor, which is a tool within the Facebook ad platform. We're going to look at the different types of ads you can set up on Facebook, and we're going to set up just a very quick, simple like campaign to show you how to get targeted likes and followers on your page. Now, I'm not going into massive detail on the like campaign with targeting and everything, but it will just be a basic how to actually set up a like campaign. So let's get started, and first of all we're going to go and have a look live at the Facebook ad platform. So this is a screenshot of my personal page, and I said it in the last video that you need to have a personal profile set up and also set up a fan page attached to your personal profile so you can actually run ads. So I'm going to assume that you've already done that. Now, rather than go through with this screenshot, I'll just go and do this live. So basically here is my fan page, my personal page, I'm sorry. This here is where you go for the little drop down menu across the top and just this little arrow, which is actually blue, but when you click on it, it turns white. And you go down here to create ads and manage ads. So just click on create ads to get started. Now, if you're just starting out new, it will take you through the process to actually set up your ad campaign, not your campaign, your ad billing. So you'd need to just go through that process. But it's very simple, it's just a step-by-step thing. And then the first thing you come to is what is the objective of your campaign, or what kind of an ad do you want to run. So just let's go through these briefly. And the first one is boosted posts. Now that's when you put an actual post on Facebook on your fan page, and you might have something really important in it, maybe a call to action, some value, and then a call to action, something like that, and you might want to present it to a wider audience than would otherwise see it. So you can actually boost a post so that it's either shown to a specific audience that you set up, or it can be shown to the fans of your page or to your fans and all of their friends. So you've got a few different options there. So that's a boosted post. The next one is promote your page, and that's basically a Facebook like campaign to get more likes to your fan page. And you know, the objective there needs to be not just to get likes, to get targeted likes of people who are going to be interested and interactive on your page. The next one down is to send people to your website. Now that could be a capture page, a webinar that you've got running, or a blog, something like that. But it's basically to send people to a website. Now remember, with all of these, you have to work within Facebook's terms and conditions. So you can't promote money-making opportunities. You've just got to be very careful that you stay inside their terms of service. The next one is to increase conversions on their website. Now this may be a case of putting a conversion pixel onto your thank you page, and Facebook sort of optimizes things and bills you slightly differently for conversions rather than just clicks on your website. But it's all fairly self-explanatory in here. As far as apps go, I don't have the faintest idea, so I'm not going to go there. Reaching people near your business, more for a bricks and mortar business where you can reach people in the near vicinity. So you might be a coffee shop wanting to reach more people, or you might be a retail fashion store having a sale or something. It's a way of reaching people who are actually in close physical proximity to your business. Raising an attendant at your event, you can create an event inside Facebook. So say for example you've got a webinar coming up, or you've got a company webinar and you want to get people to that event, you can create the event in Facebook and then you can promote that event. So that's sort of raising attendance. This one here, claiming your offer, it's about promotional codes and those sort of things, not really relevant for what we're talking about. But the final one, get video views, is relatively new to Facebook. Very, very powerful. You can get your business put in front of an awful lot of people very, very cheaply and actually get video views for as low as 1 cent. So it's a very good one to use as well. So let's move out of there and let's go to the Manage Adverts platform. So we'll just go back here and go to Manage Adverts. Now this is where all your ads and things will come up, all your campaigns will show up. Now I've actually got 2 accounts, so I'll just go to the right account here because that one's only showing 1 ad. So now this is all my ads that I've had, all my old campaigns are all listed in here. So this is Facebook's basic ad platform, and this is where you could come to create new campaigns, create ads, edit current campaigns, that sort of thing. So let's just have a brief quick walk around. This is where your account settings are. You can go in here and change them. You can go in here and change your billing details. This is Power Editor that I told you about. Just one thing about Power Editor, it only works using Google Chrome as the browser. So that's just something important to remember. And here are tools like audiences. You can create specific audiences inside this ad platform and re-advertise to them. You can also upload your email list as an audience, advertise to them. This is also pixels, conversions, things like that are a little bit more advanced to someone just starting out, but it's handy to know that they're there. Now, down here, you can actually change what is showing up here and change the data that you're seeing. So at the moment, you'll see it's on performance. You can change it for all of these other things here. So let's have a look at if we included performance and clicks. And now you can see there's a whole lot more information about the actual clicks that you're getting. And if we just go across here, this is all the data that's there about all the different campaigns. Then you can break it down into age, gender, country, where the ads are actually placed, placements and devices. So there's lots of different sort of little bits and pieces of information that you can get out of there. And this one here is just if you wanted to export all the information out of Facebook. So there's lots of information that you can get just by using different breakdowns and different columns here. So that's just handy little tips about managing the Manage Adverts platform. Now we'll just go and have a very quick look in Power Editor and show that to you, remembering it only works in Google Chrome, and my computer is just being a little bit slow loading everything here. But here is one of my campaigns within Power Editor. Now this is something that is quite useful to speed up what you're doing, and what you can do is if you check this campaign, and hang on, we'll just uncheck it, and you'll notice that this little area up here is grayed out. Now just watch that while I check it, and it all comes live. So this is where I could go to edit any part of my campaign. Here are the campaigns, here are the ad sets within that campaign, and these are the ads within it as well. So if I click here on ad sets, brings up the ad set, and if I click here, it brings up the 3 ads. It's telling me how many are in there. So let's just go back here to the actual campaign itself. It's checked, so I could edit it, I could delete it, I could duplicate it, or export and import, create reports and campaign tags. I don't actually have a lot to do with these last 3, it's these ones here. And really the beauty of it is the duplication, especially when you get down here into the ad sets and the ads. Really handy once you've created one ad set to then be able to create a second ad set that might be in a different placement. This one's right column. Maybe you could create another ad set, a duplicate ad set, and then just go in and edit the ad set to be on the desktop rather than the right column, without having to change your audience and your budgeting and all that sort of thing. It's a really quick way of duplicating and then editing to create new ad sets or even new ads. Maybe you'd like to make another ad the same with all the same copy and everything, but just a different image. So you'd go here, check it, you would duplicate the ad, and then you would go in and edit it using this button here and change the image. So that's part of the beauty of the Power Editor. It is a little bit more difficult to get used to, I suppose, than just using the Ad Manager. One difference between the two of them that I've discovered is in Power Editor, you set the platform that your ads, not necessarily the platform, the placement for your ads at the ad set level, whereas in the Ad Manager, you set it at the ad level. So that's a little bit about Power Editor. Now let's go back to Ads Manager, and I'll show you just very briefly how to set up a like campaign. Now this is not going to be well targeted or anything. I'm not going to go into targeting and specific avatars, that sort of thing with this. We're just going to set up a simple campaign, but I will talk about that as we go through. So we go here to create campaign. And the first thing it's going to bring us up is that little list of what kind of ads, what objective it is. Now, because we're going to set up a like campaign, this is promote the page. And it has instantly and very rudely assumed that that's the page I want to promote. So let's go back here, just back to campaign where we were on that page, and look at it. Now, this is the fan page that I would be and that you would find come up. It would just be your fan page. I've got more than one, but this is the one I want to create the ad for. Now this is your campaign name, and you can go in and edit that. So you can change the name if you want to. Basically, you just need to be able to keep track of it. So that's all the name is for. So now we're going to go and set the audience and the budget, and this will be in the ad set level. We're going to do that. So let's click on the next thing, set audience and budget. And it's going to take us to the ad set, and we'll, with the audience, who do we want our audience to reach? So it just puts your own country as your default country. You can add other countries here where it says include. So we could add, for example, the United States. And then you just click on it here, and it comes back up in the countries that we want to target. You could also use a custom an audience that you already have, or create a new custom audience. We're not going to worry about that now. We're just going through creating a new audience. So targeting people in Australia and United States, you can go ahead and target anyone that you want to, depending on your avatar. Very important when you're doing this part of your ads to know exactly who you're putting it in front of, so you can create something that is going to be most appealing to them and most likely to reach them. Now the next step is age. Now it depends who your avatar, what age group you're going to put in here. I may tend to limit mine to perhaps between the ages of 40 and 65 plus. You can limit it to all men or all women depending on what your product is. Or you can have different ad sets, one targeting men, one targeting women. It's entirely up to you. I'll leave that at all for now. Then in here you can put a language. You might put English if you want to target English speaking people, and just click all for that. Then you go down here into the more detailed targeting, and this is where it's so vitally important to know who your perfect customer is. Now we'll get rid of these three here that Facebook has very kindly put in here for me. Now depending on what your page is all about, you're going to target people with different maybe demographics, or different interests, different behaviours, or even other categories. For now, we'll just look here in the interests part of it. Now, you can just type your own interests in here and it will come up. Now, I'm not going to worry too much about targeting. I can show you training that goes into this in great detail and is very, very good training for making sure your ads reach the right people. I'll put the link to it under this video. For this one, say my page is about people who are wanting to succeed at internet marketing, and they're interested in mindset and lead generation, basically. So say I wanted to target people who were interested in maybe lead generation. So what kind of people would I look for? Now, I could try typing in lead generation and see if, well, there you go. Here's some different interests that come up. So we could say lead generation. We could also say online lead generation. So there's two basic kind of interests. Now these are quite broad, so they're not necessarily really well recommended ones, but get some other training on the actual keywords of this. So basically, I just want to show you quickly how to set this up. This will very much depend on your avatar. So you need to sit down and think very clearly where on Facebook your avatar would be hanging out. Now, maybe they're hanging out on pages of people who are leaders in internet marketing. For example, johnchow.com John Chow is the leader in one of my companies. So I could target followers of johnchow.com, and I've just got that spelling a little bit wrong, I think. So there it is there. I could target followers of him because they're going to be people who are interested in internet marketing and interested in lead generation. But you get my drift. You need to be very, very specific on know exactly where they'll be hanging out, what their specific interests are, maybe what magazines they read, and what people they might follow. So that's very important with the interests. Anyhow, we've just set up some basic interests there. It's probably a little bit broad. You want it to be more vertical or even a little bit over towards the left, this arrow. That's saying it's probably a little bit too broad. But for our purposes here, just to get one set up, that's enough. Now, connections. We want to exclude people who already like my page. I don't need them to come and like it again, so that's set up as a default for me. Now we're going to move on to budget. How much do you want to spend a day? Now you can spend either a daily or a monthly lifetime budget. I think daily is best because it tends to have the spending more evenly. Depending on what you want to set for your budget, you can go down as low as $5 or even lower if you want to. We'll leave that there at $5. I always leave it at run my ad set continuously, starting to well, no, not always. Say I have a webinar on Monday starting at midday. I could set up a start and end date to actually finish half an hour before the webinar, something like that. Start it now, finish half an hour before the webinar. So in that case, you might use start and end date. Usually I set mine to run continuously, especially a like campaign. That you would set to run continuously, and when you want to end it, you just go in, edit the campaign and pause the ad. That's how you deal with that. Now, optimizing for ad delivery. I always leave it on automatic and let Facebook sort that out for me. They will optimize it, put it in front of the right people, and just generally get the ad working properly for me. And usually I just leave all of this the same. Impressions, more options, I don't really worry about them, and delivery type is standard. And then you can give your ad set a name here specific to the particular ad set. So that's basically setting up the ad set. Now we're going to go and set up what they call the creative, which is the copy and that around the ad, and create the actual ad itself. So let's go to choose ad creative. Now you can either choose a video or images. For this one, let's choose images. and it's already got images highlighted there. So now where do we actually change the image? Click on images. Here we go. Now this is where I can either use that image or I can add more images. So we don't want that image. Let's go and upload more images, and we can go and browse the library. Perhaps that's the best place to start because I have got quite a few images here in the library. Now, we want people to come and like our page who are interested in lead generation. Now, I don't actually have an image here that would be perfect, but let's look at all 144 of them because maybe we can find an image in there. It's not actually going, oh yes it is. Let's go down here, and here we are, need more leads. Maybe we could use that one. Or lead generation skills and strategies. Now, Facebook does have a rule that you can't have more than 20% text in an image. Now, that one there would definitely have more than 20% text, and so would that one. So they're definitely not ones to use. But maybe we could choose this one. So there it is. Select the image and done. Now, this image doesn't fit in here very well, and you can see that there are recommended image sizes for this specific ad. So you'd want to choose an image that was the right size, and here's a message about the text. So we'll just leave that image there now for the purpose of this, but be aware that you need to set it up so it fits within that space there and it looks neat and tidy. That looks terrible because we can't see the text, things like that. Now your image needs to be, because it's the thing that catches people's eye, it needs to be, apart from the fact that it needs to be inside Facebook's terms and services, it needs to be something that will suit your perfect customer or suit your avatar to be attractive to them. So if you were targeting young executives, maybe something like this would work. If you're targeting older people like I am, possibly it needs to be an image of an older person and a different type of an image. But you understand what I mean. The image is important, and it's important to select an image that fits with your avatar and is the right size and doesn't have more than 20% text. Now we've chosen our image, we can choose the text for our ad. So we might like something like, maybe it's someone who need more leads. Now you can see here we've got 74 characters to work at. So let's say need more leads for your business with a question mark. That would work here. And then we can say, like my page for tips on, perhaps we could say lead generation. So you have to give people a reason to like your page. Tell them what it's about and why they might like it. So you can start by asking a question, because that gets their attention. They might say, need more leads for your business. Hey, who doesn't need more leads for their business? Like my page for tips on lead generation, or for lead generation strategies, or something like that. So make sure it's appealing to your avatar and it's within Facebook's terms of service. Now, you can have more advanced options. You could go ahead and create a headline which would appear here in place of Katie E. Johnston. And you can actually have a landing view where you can have videos, free ebooks, things like that. They're a little bit more advanced strategies, but they're there all the same. And you can use conversion tracking pixels. I'm not going to go into this at this stage, so we might hide those advanced strategies. So now we've basically got the text for our ad and the image set up, and the next step is where do we want it to appear. So it can be desktop newsfeed, that's what it would look like. It could be mobile newsfeed, or it could be desktop right column. So let's put this ad in desktop right column. So to do that, we would remove the desktop newsfeed and we would remove the mobile newsfeed and just have it showing up in desktop right column. And then you're pretty much ready to place the order. And once you've hit that place the order button, then it's actually in what they call in review. And so we'll place the order and put it in review. I can delete the ad in a moment. So the order has been placed. Now you can see you can create a similar ad if you want to. It's asking you if you want to. So you might create another ad with a similar image, a different image. Sorry. And then you can test which image works the best. Facebook will also do that for you, and it will sort of tend to test them, and then it will sort out the one that's working the best, and that's the one it will show the most. And then you can go in after a few days. You don't want to do it too quickly, give it plenty of time, but after a few days you can go back in then and just pause the ones that aren't working well. So let's press on continue, and then it will take you over here. As you can see, it's saying pending review. Now I don't really want that to be showing. That's not one, because it's not well enough targeted and everything. So we will just, I think I can delete it here, delete that ad. But that's basically how you set up a like campaign. Now remember, I said if you'd like more information on the intricacies of targeting and your audience and everything, I do have other training that takes you down that road and will really help you get your ads working with really the best value for your dollar that you're spending. So now let's go back over here to our slides and talk about the next video, which I'll do tomorrow. And on that one I'll be showing you how to promote a post and how to create and promote an event. So that's it for today. I'm Katie Johnston, and I'll see you back again tomorrow for video number 3.